All right, Keith, just when we got over that other storm, another is here.
Yeah.
How messy is this one looking?
Very. Like I think the best case is the mountains, which will be mostly snow. I think that's where you'd want to be at, and they're happy for that. The rest of us are not going to be happy with the result of this storm, as we've got a ton of rain down to the south. You can see the load back towards St. Louis. And there's snow on the north side, but this is an accurate representation of what we're dealing with. A lot of warm air inherent in the storm system as it travels to our west. Just starting to saturate the air mass in through central New Hampshire. And you can see temperatures ahead of it have dropped down to the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. So I think initially we started to snow pretty much everywhere as this precipitation shield moves in. And that will be an issue over western Maine and southern Maine during the kind of the tail end of the evening commute. So if you're coming home or you've got a quick errand to run, just be aware it could fall apart pretty quickly condition-wise over Oxford County and northwest Cumberland and York counties through the early evening hours. That rain snow line starts driving its way northwest throughout the evening, but it takes a while. Bar Harbor, for example, this is 2 in the morning. It's still snowing there, still snowing in Bangor and Waterville. Between then and about 6 a.m., we make a lot of progress, it looks like, changing over to rain, and most of us are changed over by 5 or 6 in the morning tomorrow. Heavy rain, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, couple of low 50s out there too. Mountains trying to hang on to snow. They do through most of it. They probably end as a little bit of rain or freezing rain. And then this storm is quick moving, which is really helpful for us overall. It gets out of here by late morning to midday tomorrow, and then we'll be done with most of the impacts. So the snow is going to come down fast and furious. I mean, to get to 6 to 12 or 12 plus in a short period of time, you can kind of interpolate the snowfall rates that are necessary here, and they're going to be fast, especially in the high terrain with 12 inches or more. Anywhere outside this purple area, the snow you get will be washed away, and then some, especially in the light blue, where we're going to melt most, if not all, of our snowpack. So the area I've circled here, the most likely flooding zone, is a consideration of a couple of factors. One, the highest total moisture that's going to come out of this in the form of rain mostly, right? Because as you get into the mountains, this is largely snow, and that's not going to cause a flooding problem. And spots that have snowpack 10 inches, 15 inches from our last storm, which will add liquid equivalent to the storm. So not to say that a Bangor or Bar Harbor could not flood. It could still happen, but I think your more likely zone is down here and back into New Hampshire, where we have the most rain and the most snowpack. As far as impacting the most people, probably here what we're talking about is going to be these power outages, which will likely peak early tomorrow morning, or the wind gust will peak at least at that time. So at 4 in the morning, we've got a strong southeast wind, about 50 miles an hour along the coast, and then we bump up around 6 or 7 over southern Maine to our highest gust, which could be about 60 miles an hour. Down East Maine could see wind gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour. It's not always well modeled exactly what the highest wind gusts will be here, but certainly we could see a 60, 65 mile per hour wind gust, Washington and Hancock County, mid-morning tomorrow morning. The winds do settle down in the afternoon pretty rapidly, so it's not as long duration as our last system was. So we get 2 quiet days in here for whatever cleanup we have to do, and then another storm on Saturday that looks marginally weaker, but I'm talking like 10% weaker. It's not enough to help us that much, I don't think. I think if power is not restored by Saturday, that'll definitely be another day of losing power in some places. We quiet down Sunday, Monday, gets cold. Our next storm system in Tuesday night, Wednesday, so we're in a pattern now, for better or for worse.
Every couple of days.
Inland every couple of days.
Just in time to clean up.
Yeah.
I would imagine that when the timeline of when the winds die down, there's going to be a lot of schools thinking about whether or not to delay,
right,
or if they lose power at 7 a.m. right before they get started, having to just cancel all
and every
together.
school's different about that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have a lot of power outages that will be in place tomorrow morning by, say, 8 a.m.
A lot of people on standby.
Good luck to all those superintendents.
Yeah, it's tough.
Thanks, Keith.